Hello fellow YouTubers. Guess it's time for an update. It's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. What you're looking at is I think it's a 90s GT. I'm gonna make this into a trail mud tractor. It's got 1-inch axles on it, so it's pretty beefy. Rear end's over there. I'm trying to take the one wheel off sometime. Behind it is actually a Poulan with an old Craftsman hood I got for free on it. Yeah, it's just sitting there. 90s GT 6000. Yeah, that's just sitting there too. Motor doesn't start or run because it has a bad coil. So I was gonna make a 4x4 out of this, but I don't know. It's one on my list. So 85 MTD Master Cut. It's the second one I got. It's in pretty rough shape. The transaxle was all messed up. I took the engine off because it worked. I think I slapped it on something else. This is 99 Murray Hydro with twin cylinder, 17 horse twin cylinder. I borrowed the deck off of that one, the 03 Murray that I got off my buddy. It still runs. It had some carb issues, so I figured, well, I might as well donate the deck to that while it's somewhat running. 99 Murray. Yeah, this runs. I just had to change the starter solenoid on it because it burned up. 90s Murray. Just like that other GT, except this one runs and mows. I've had that forever. I got that free too. 84 Dynamark I brought from up north. Runs and mows. Unfortunately, I just broke the wheel off of it moving it out here, so I gotta change those. Here's a pride of my fleet, my favorite one, 82 Dynamark. I'd have to say it's 90% original. The only thing that's not is I had to fix the spindle here because the bushings were snapped. Deck has original paint on it, has original blades. I changed the mandrels, so that's one of my favorite ones. All right, this one is probably going to be new. If I can get a front end of it. This is a Husky Hydro. It doesn't have a 17 horse engine in it anymore. I swapped it for one that actually ran. This was the neighbor's, and he had it parked in his garage for, ever since I moved in here. So then he sold the place, and he sold it to the owner that did own the place next door, and then he couldn't do nothing with it, so I bought it from him, and it runs and mows. So pretty good tractor. I like the Hydro on it. All right, weed eater. I don't know if you can see it. I went through a lot of different stuff on this. It had plastic steering gears in it. I don't know if you can see that. Nope, you can't. But anyways, that one free Craftsman I got, that 80s Craftsman, the whole steering gear fit perfectly in this. So this runs and mows, even though it's dirty. Here's an old one. It's my Agway I brought from up north. I used it for going through the mud with this for a while. Paint's pretty much gone on it, but it does run. It runs and mows. I put an engine that my nephew gave me on it. It was like an 11 horse. I just don't use it much, you know, obviously, because I got all those to choose from. So, all right, what else we got? This is Task Force. This is the one I had to redo. I painted it all up and went through the whole thing, and yeah, it's pretty dirty. I never did the hood or nothing. I just did I had to replace the whole chassis on it. So there's that. That runs and mows. This is the other 85 Master Cut. This runs and mows. When I got it, it had a bagger on it. I still got the bagger. It's around the corner. I had to recently take the gas tank off of this because it wouldn't run right because there was a bunch of crap in the bottom of the tank. So yeah, that's that. Another Master Cut. This is a newer one. This is like a 90s, I think. I put smaller tires on the back. This also came with a bagger. Yeah, this runs and mows. It's got a 12 horse on it. That came with it. So I think this was free, if I'm not mistaken. Alrighty, here is another good one. This is my Lowe's Team Racing Machine. Yes, this came exactly like this with all the stickers. The hubcaps actually came off of my white LT12 up north. My dad didn't want them on the tractor anymore since he uses it now. And so I put them on this because it's supposed to have hubcaps. I originally wanted to restore this, but you know, I think for all the work I'm going to put into it and take it apart, and there's no telling if I'm going to be able to put it back together correctly, especially after it's all been painted and everything, you know. And it's just like, I said to heck with it. I got the motor runs. I finally put the deck back together, and it mows. I mowed with it last week, so it mows really good. The 18.5 horse twin that came with it, that's a beast. But the four-wheel steering is, well, it's interesting, to say the least. It's a handful to drive. It could be probably because I got to take all the spindles apart and grease them all up and grease all the steering gear up, but it's a handful to drive, this thing. But I'm not getting rid of it. I like it too much. It's an odd tractor. I've owned it since 2006, and it was free. I've looked. I've went on forums. I went everywhere looking for parts for this. You just can't get them. This tractor, since 2006, there's only been 3 people that have responded saying that they have seen one or own one, and this is the only four-wheel steer that they've heard of. So, with a twin cylinder. So must have been some weird promo for Lowe's. I even went to Lowe's, and Lowe's never even heard of the thing. So I don't know. So yeah, it's a cool tractor. I like it. So it runs and mows beautiful. I mean, I mowed the yard last week with it. So alrighty. Yeah, I think I showed the 2003 here. What else? Oh, this is an LT11. It's an older one. It has a rear discharge deck. I'm trying to rebuild the deck. I'm trying to get this back together. I just haven't had time. I think I put the original motor back on it, but I got a bag over it. And I'll probably eventually repaint it silver again, the original silver. So I like this. It's a cool tractor. It's like a shorty LT12. It's pretty neat. What What else? Well, let's go this way. Yeah, it's under a tarp, but it's my $50 golf cart that I got from a restore. It doesn't have a motor, but it is set up for gas. So I got a big twin cylinder that I hope will fit in it. If not, I'll have to put a 6-horse engine in it. Alrighty. This is my 88 clean cut. That is not the original motor. However, it is the original deck. But what I'm planning on doing is, this was the motor originally on one of my modified tractors, and I liked it on that, and it worked really well on that. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to take, if I get it running, the original 17.5 horse off the Husky there. That's sitting in my shed. If I can get that running, I'm going to slap down on here, and I'm going to take this motor back off and get this mowing again. So, because this is huge. This is like, what else? It's got to be a 50-something inch deck. I mean, the way it sticks out so far. Alrighty. 86 GT2. The Beast. There's the deck right there. That actually came off the GT 6000, and it was pretty much mint. It worked perfectly. Everything worked perfect. I just had to clean it up, and I put it on here. What do we got? If I can get the hood open. 18 horse, twin cylinder, flathead, horizontal shaft, filled with water when I got it, but it runs. It's cold-blooded, but I don't have a battery right now charged up to start it, so I guess I'm not going to start it. Well, these are floor tiles I got from my other job before I got let go, so they're handy in here. That's a 85 LT12 I brought from up north. This is one of the first ones I modded, and I blew the transmission in it. Yeah, it runs. I just haven't done nothing with it. I'd like to put a deck under it again and mow with it. I don't know. Just right now, I just haven't, like I said, I haven't had time to do nothing with it. There's my 69 Broadmoor. I got a 10 horse on it, 10 horse Briggs. These are a couple of hoods. I need to make some kind of retainer for the belt, because the belt keeps falling off when I engage the deck, and that's pretty much why it's sitting there in the corner, because I haven't had time to do that either. So alrighty. What else we got here? Oh, it's I think it was a 94 Murray wide body. I'd taken that apart, and I meant to put it back together, and I was gonna put it back together, and so I'm trying to find all the parts to put it back together. And so far, it looks like I might have to use my other chassis that I got from the other 94 Murray and just slap that body back on it, because I want to just put it back together, and maybe I'll put a deck on it eventually. Oh, this is a Wizard. You saw the hood in the shed over there. I was gonna hack this up, since this was pretty beat when I first got it anyways, for free. And I was gonna make this into like a go-kart. I was gonna put a horizontal shaft on it, cut a hole in the chassis, and put a straight axle in the back, and make it run about 4 inches off the ground, just to mess around with it. Who knows? If that twin cylinder don't fit on the golf cart, I'll put it on this thing, and it'll be a hot rod. So, what else? That's my one of my aerators. That's the first one I got. And that's one I got from a thrift store that you can put like grass seed or anything in it that you want. It's an aerator seeder. My power wheels. Eventually I was going to use this as a project. I was going to cut the bottom out of it and run an MTD chassis under it. And there it sits. Some assorted parts, my baggers. This is that other Murray. This is the one I used as my hot rod, the fast one that I got pulled over on. I was probably doing about 40 when he pulled me over. It scared me. I did not like that. This tractor scared the hell out of me. So I'll probably use this to put that other one back together, because this has just been sitting here too since I took the motor off. Yeah. And there's a cart I got from my nephew, and the roller, my bags and stuff. So that's this one is for a Murray. It didn't have any bags with it, but it was really cheap. So somehow either got to find bags or just let it sit there. I don't know. Well, I guess that's a good enough update for now. That's pretty much all of them. Alrighty, y'all have a good day. Bye.